Today is August 4th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today out of the Big Book, we're going to be continuing our journey through There's a Solution, Chapter 2, by reading page 25. Out of the 12 and 12, we are almost done with Step 4, but we'll be reading page 52 today. And we'll be reading today's daily reflections in 24 hours a day. So with that, I hope y'all are doing well this morning. We've been given a brand new set of 24 hours. And again, in this program, it's just one day at a time. And we've been given another day. That's always a good thing. So let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. All right, if you recall from yesterday's reading, we are in There is a Solution. And, one of the last lines, so true. So many want to stop, but cannot. And again, here are the italics, beginning with There is a Solution, page 25. There is a solution. Almost none of us like the self-searching, the leveling of our pride, the confession of shortcomings which the process requires for its successful consummation. But we saw that it really worked in others. And we come to believe in the hopeless and futility of life as we've been living it. When, therefore, we were approached by those in whom the problem had been solved, there was nothing left for us but to pick up the simple kit of spiritual tools laid at our feet. We have found much of heaven, and we've been rocketed into a fourth dimension of existence, of which we had not even dreamed. The great fact is just this, and nothing less. That we have had deep and effective spiritual experiences, which have revolutionized our whole attitude toward life, toward our fellows, and toward God's universe. The central fact of our lives today is the absolute certainty that our Creator has entered into our hearts and lives in a way which is indeed miraculous. He has commenced to accomplish those things for us which we could never do by ourselves. If you are as seriously alcoholic as we were, we believe there's no middle-of-the-road solution. We were in a position where life was becoming impossible. And if we had passed into the region from which there is no return through human aid, we had but two alternatives. One was to go on to the bitter end, blotting out the consciousness of our intolerable situation as best we could. And the other, to accept spiritual help. This we did because we honestly wanted to and were willing to make the effort. Next up, out of the 12 and 12, we're on Step 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. We're on page 52 today. The most common symptoms of emotional insecurity are worry, anger, self-pity, and depression. These stem from causes which sometimes seem to be within us, and at other times to come from without. To take inventory in this respect, we ought to consider carefully all personal relationships which bring continuous or recurring trouble. It should be remembered that this kind of insecurity may arise in any area where instincts are threatened. Questioning directed to this end might run like this. Looking at both past and present, what sex situations have caused me anxiety, bitterness, frustration, or depression? Appraising each situation fairly, can I see where I have been at fault? Did these perplexities beset me because of selfish or unreasonable demands? Or, if my disturbance was seemingly caused by the behavior of others, why do I lack the ability to accept conditions that I cannot change? These are the sort of fundamental inquiries that can disclose the source of my discomfort and indicate whether I may be able to alter my own conduct and so adjust myself serenely to self-discipline. Suppose that financial insecurity constantly arouses the same feelings. I can ask myself to what extent my own mistakes fed my gnawing anxieties. And if the actions of others are part of the cause, what can I do about that? If I am unable to change the present state of affairs, am I willing to take the measures necessary to shape my life to conditions as they are? Questions like these, more of which will come to mind easily in each individual case, will help turn up the root causes. Daily Reflections, August 4th. Seeds of Faith. Faith, to be sure, is necessary, but faith alone can avail nothing. We can have faith, yet keep God out of our lives. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 34. As a child, I constantly questioned the existence of God. To a scientific thinker like me, no answer could withstand a thorough dissection, until a very patient woman finally said to me, "You must have faith." With that simple statement, the seeds of my recovery were sown. Today, as I practice my recovery, cutting back the weeds of alcoholism, slowly I am letting those early seeds of faith grow and bloom. Each day of recovery, of ardent gardening, brings the higher power of my understanding more fully into my life. My God has always been with me through faith, but it is my responsibility to have the willingness to accept His presence. I ask God to grant me the willingness to do His will. "24 Hours a Day, August 4th. AA Thought for the Day. We in AA are offering a kind of psychological program as well as a spiritual one. First, people must be mentally able to receive it. They must have made up their minds that they want to quit drinking, and they must be willing to do something about it. Their confidence must be obtained, and we must show them that we are their friends and really desire to help them. When we have their confidence, they will listen to us. Then the AA fellowship's kind of a group therapy. Newcomers need the fellowship of other alcoholics who understand their problem because they've had it themselves. Individuals must learn to re-educate their minds. They must learn to think differently. Do I do my best to support newcomers? Meditation for the day. And this is life eternal, that they may know Thee. It is the flow of life eternal through spirit, mind, and body that cleanses, heals, restores, and renews. Seek conscious contact with God more and more each day. Make God an abiding presence during the day. Be conscious of His Spirit helping you. All that is done without God's Spirit is passing. All that is done with God's Spirit is life eternal. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may be in the stream of eternal life. I pray that I may be cleansed and healed by the eternal Spirit. Okay, my friends, that concludes today's reading. Real quick, I like this line from the 24 hours a day right here. We have to re-educate. Individuals must learn to re-educate their minds. And somebody told me early on, Rob, you're going to have to, it's just simple. It's simple. You just got to relearn everything. You got to do everything differently. It was something like that. Of course it's a joke, but there is some truth to it. Turning to alcohol was my go-to move anytime I was happy or stressed or anything else. I had to fill that vacuum, now that alcohol was gone, with positive things. And one of the greatest things, and I know I've said it a million times, is gratitude. And I heard this line from a friend not long ago. And it's so simple, but it's true. The best way to get what you want is to want what you already have. And that is the truth, kind of going through what we already have. For me, that helps so much. To me, it's almost like a class. We've got our big book of instructions, helpful suggestions to live a healthy and honest life of integrity. But we've also got our classroom. But the classrooms, these fellowships, they're more than just a classroom. Yeah, you learn from other people when they share, but you also have support and unconditional love in a lot of these groups. If you find a good group, how blessed am I? And my friend, if you're listening and you're white knuckling or you're not even sober, but somehow you're finding this podcast, I just want to assure you that today's a great day to begin your whole new life. And we've been there. I've been there. I know the struggle and the pain. You're not alone. That's all I've got for today, my friends. I hope you all have a great one. As always, I don't speak on behalf of AA or NA or Al-Anon. I'm just a friend in this lifeboat of recovery. And I'm just grateful to be here today. And if we're given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.